What's going on, everyone? So, my latest video. I'm filming this video on June 20th of 2025. Quick review for The Handmaid's Tale, season 5 and 6. I just finished watching it with my wife, and this is a show I still remember when it first aired in 2017. The first season I thought was amazing. Honestly, it changed my life. I thought it was quite incredible, just with how it was able to, take from the Bible as well as history in a way that made it feel very fresh, with really good performances, cinematography, and just honestly really good use of shallow depth of field and how it ties into the themes and the characters. I was very impressed, and honestly, season 2 and 3 I also quite liked. I think specifically season 2 I thought was a pretty good follow-up from season 1. Not quite as great, but still really good. And season 3 also was. But season 4 I wasn't as big of a fan of. In fact, I saw a huge dip in quality. And I was worried about season 5 and 6. And I have to say, watching season 5 and 6 back to back, the second half of this series definitely had a huge dip in quality, and I would dare say that this is a show that probably could have ended season 2 or 3. I think that the world building that it set out for early on was something that unfortunately wasn't fully capitalized on in the second half of the show, and some of the character dynamics do feel a bit repetitive, just unfortunately, but at the same time there is some positives to be had. I mean, one of the nice things about the show as a whole is that the acting is really good. Elizabeth Moss in particular gives an incredible performance. She's the heart and soul of the show, and she does actually get to direct some of the episodes of season 5 and 6. So it is interesting to see a female's perspective in terms of this material and how it's depicted. But again, I just thought that the way that season 5 and 6 were paced, some of the editing choices, the song choices, I have to say, the score, it's fine. It's whatever. The soundtrack, though, the lyrical music, I had issues with pretty much every single song. It just did not fit the tone that was, set out for. But again, that's just a me thing. Maybe some people will like the soundtrack choices, but I just thought it was very distracting. It didn't fit. Reminded me of like Sons of Anarchy and Yellowstone in that regard, where it just has music that just does not match the imagery on display. I also have to say that season 5 and 6, the cinematography, I liked the camera angle choices and how they really utilize the 4-quadrant, in terms of the way things are supposed to be shot in terms of the cinematography. I liked that, but I wasn't as big of a fan in terms of some of the lighting choices and even some of the color grading. But again, I do like the camera angles, the camera movement. I think that those things were quite strong and pretty consistent for the most part. But overall, I was disappointed by the finale as a whole. I think that it was something that left a lot to be desired. Again, it's one of those things where in terms of writing, you want to have it where all the characters lead to one theme, which is what the lead character is sought after. And I just found myself to feel rather aimless in regards to this journey that the lead character was going through, because a lot of the supporting characters just either aren't as engaging as the lead character or just feel overall quite repetitive. So again, not a bad show. Season 5 and 6 aren't necessarily bad, but I just found myself thinking that they were just okay. But again, I can see why some people might love it. And you know what? Honestly, this show, I think it is a show that people should watch, because it could be an eye-opening for some people, especially the early seasons. Like I said, season 1 did change my life, and for that, I'm very grateful. So I say check out the first 3 seasons at least. If you want to continue, watch season 4 to 6, but just know it does dip in quality. But for me, Handmaid's Tale season 5 and 6, I'll personally be giving a... But yeah, guys, that is my quick thoughts, spoiler-free, of course, in regards to Handmaid's Tale season 5 and 6. If you want to see my review for season 1 to 4, you guys can check out my TV show playlist down below. I've also reviewed a bunch of other TV shows, whether it's Succession, Mr. Robot. I try to review quite a bit of shows on my channel, specifically ones that I'm currently watching. So stay tuned for that if you want to check those out. And I will also be probably starting The Pit rather soon, so stay tuned for my review for the first season of that. And guys, as always, let me know your thoughts on Handmaid's Tale. Do you think that it was pretty consistent throughout the 6 seasons, or are you like myself, where you think that the first 3 seasons were the best and that it meandered off in season 4 to 6? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, I appreciate your guys' support. Don't forget to follow me on Letterboxd, subscription, notification bell, and I will catch you guys later.